Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hey, it's Saturday. I hope you're having a great one. We got a little bit of XRP news today, a little bit of bank news today, a little bit of Bitcoin news today. So let's begin here. This article is titled Ripple CEO to share XRP Ledger insights at blockbuster event. Hopefully he has a whole lot to say. That would be really, really good. And maybe we'll get a little bit of clues into what their ideas are going forward into the future. Typically, Garlinghouse will release something that is, interesting. So it says this: Ripple CEO to deliver insights at one of Europe's biggest blockchain events. The cryptocurrency community is abuzz with anticipation as Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse prepares to take the stage at Paris Blockchain Week to discuss what's to come for Ripple and the direction of the XRPL. And who knows, maybe he'll address a lot of different questions that people have that they've been raising as of late. It says here, with Ripple being a prominent player in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space, Garlinghouse's insights are eagerly awaited by industry participants, investors, and enthusiasts alike. Paris Blockchain Week is set to be held in Paris from April the 9th to April the 11th, marking the 5th edition of one of Europe's biggest blockchain events. This year's roster provides an exciting opportunity for users and developers in the XRP Ledger community to dive into the latest in blockchain innovation, with engaging conversations and networking opportunities. My apologies, let me scroll down throughout the event. It happens, folks. This is just, sometimes you move your hand this way or that, and it just swipes the pad here, and then that little arrow, that little cursor, it just goes over there. You can't scroll when you want to. It says Garlinghouse will take the main stage for a firehouse chat at XRPL Commons. President David Bachiri on April the 9th at 2:20 p.m. Oh, with XRPL Commons President David Bachiri. It says the discussion is intended to be rich with insights into the future of finance. That's what I thought. I'm like, yeah, unless you have something powerful to say, I don't see why they would do this. And listen, we'll see how it goes. But it sounds like they may be rearing up to release a little bit more powerful information. You know how these things go. I think like most of the time he says something and it holds some power. Time, there's the rare time where he says something and he kind of just coast with what they already been doing. But I don't think that this time will be that way. We'll see. Who knows? Only Brad Garlinghouse knows. But it says they're going to discuss the future of finance and how Ripple and XRPL together can deliver real world utility. So as a market leader, the Ripple CEO is well positioned to serve as a significant source of information for the future of financial technology. Yeah, and they continue to talk about how they want to position XRP and, they want XRP to run everything and everything else. According to Brad Garlinghouse recently, everything else is complementary to XRP. Just like I would think, like on any other chain. Plenty of other chains have multitude of things going on and is complementary to their native asset. No different here. Especially when you have so much utility tied into XRP, like on-demand liquidity, payment channels. You do know payment channels can only be used with XRP. And as far as the XRPL and payment channels, it allows you to send large transactions and break them up into pieces. And once again, you can go to xrpl.org and read about that. Only XRP can be used with some of the key mechanisms that put big companies like Ripple who use XRP into position. A lot of those mechanisms, only XRP can be used, which those documents are there for anyone to read. They're public. So, that's why if you pay attention, Brad Garlinghouse got that XRP tattoo. Listen, he's very serious with XRP. He knows what it can do. But I'll let him tell you that. It says Ripple has made strides in 2024, but we know all about that. Okay, so let's move on to another article here. I don't want to drag that one too long. So we have more big time media conceding that the banks are in trouble, right? The new financial system, listen, they know the new financial system is the only way to save them. If not, they're going down. They don't like the verbiage coming out of the Fed and their regulators pretty much saying, hey, you're on your own. You're going down. That's it. You heard Janet Yellen say it. You heard Jerome Powell say it. You heard Jamie Dimon say, hey, they're in trouble. And now you heard Larry Fink say, hey, they're in trouble. Now you have fastcompany.com, delving into it. This article is titled, "Why Do Regional Banks Keep Failing?" And they have to address this because more regional banks look like they're about to go down at any minute. Who knows how long it's going to take, but they're already there, right? It says the obvious of those is weakness in commercial real estate, which we've been talking about for almost 2 years. Real estate market, it says, which has not really rebounded since the redacted, as many might have expected. I don't know why they expected that, but I told you since that time that was not going to happen, and it did not happen. It says the health of the commercial real estate market typically tracks the health of the economy as a whole. If that's the case, then why would you accept these voices that tell you the economy is doing well, that the United States and the West is doing well? I told you it was doing terribly. And now they're saying that commercial real estate tracks the health of the economy. Commercial real estate is doing terribly. You see that in the United States as well as Europe, right? China has its problems as well. All the big countries suffer the same problems because they sort of followed similar pathways. But anyway, it says, but in part because of an increase in remote work. Yes, but whose fault is that? They never cleaned up their problems. The toxic environments that many people I've watched in videos proclaim they do not want to return to. And I completely get that. And they've learned to work from home. And a lot of people have also, to a lesser degree, learned to start their own businesses. There's that as well. This is why I believe they want to enact laws where it will make it very difficult for people to have these so-called side hustles, right? They make it very difficult for them because then, if these new laws were to pass, I'm not sure what's going on with that. If it has already passed, I'm not sure. You got to look that up on your own. But last I heard, they were trying to pass something like that. And of course, that most places don't allow you to have 2 full-time jobs, right? They don't allow that. But anyway, people have learned to do things like that, start their own businesses, get a so-called side hustle. So they don't need to, the people feel like they don't need to return to office work, which was never good for them, in the first place, not money wise, but I'm talking about mental health wise. There's a lot of drama in those offices and they don't want to go back. So I don't know why they would have expected it to return to what it once was. It says here, that's raised concerns about regional banks generally. But the reality is that most regional banks have so far been able to weather the weakness. No, that's a lie. No, I'm not going to let you say that. Listen, why did they weather the storm? Because the FDIC of the Fed had that bailout program, which just closed, 2 weeks ago. The banks were feeding off that bailout program the entire time, and they admitted it. They even gave weak reasons as to why. Oh, we couldn't pass up the opportunity. How do you say something like that legally? I just don't get it. But you saw the articles. I'm pretty sure that was pretty viral. So it's not like they were just so good. They were so privy to their situation. They made it through on their own. No, they didn't make it through on their own. And you know that. Why would you say something like that, Fast Company? Anyway, it says NYCB has not, they're talking about NYCB now, and it hasn't because it made a very simple mistake. It failed to diversify away risk. The simplest risk, one that all regional banks face, is geographic. Regional banks tend to lend to businesses and landlords in their region. So by its nature, this is a risk that's hard for regional banks to hedge away. And NYCB actually amplified this risk with its acquisition of Signature's assets. It says the deal added billions more in commercial real estate loans in the New York area to his balance sheet, including many older loans that have been made in an economic and interest rate environment very different from the current one. Well, now, see, and that raises another point that they don't like to raise here. It makes me question Fast Company and who their allegiances are to. Just my humble opinion, because that one thing about this was, how did that previous environment come to be with very loose monetary policy? They're cowboys out there in the banking industry, although the banking industry is the one that they proclaim to the regular people is, oh, it's so safe. Give us your money. Give us your trust. We're so safe. And they're not. Crypto is so bad, but rapidly they're becoming crypto. They're running to crypto to absorb crypto. All the big money is going towards crypto. This is why you're going to see an article later we're going to cover where you have Raoul Pal telling people crypto is getting adopted at a rapid rate. And he's saying hodl. I'm not telling anybody to hodl, but he's saying hodl because he sees what's going on. But that's what we're dealing with right now. The old legacy system is dying. That's on them. I don't feel anything for them. It says here, beyond that, more importantly, NYCB tied up a big chunk of his loan portfolio in one specific type of loan, mortgages to apartment complexes, and in particular to rent stabilized apartment complexes. You might think that would be fine given that apartment rents in New York are so high. Right. It says, but over concentration in this market left the bank exposed to what economists call regulatory risk that ended up biting it when New York passed a rule limiting rent increases. How much more were you going to raise the rent? What? I say again, what? How much? Like, they've lost their minds. So, I mean, limiting, if what the prices are right now in New York has been limited, I don't want to see what it would have been if it was unlimited. The people could barely pay now. You got people in those apartments, they're not paying, right? And that's another problem. They can't pay. They're not paying. But then you have certain laws that allow them to stay. Listen, it's all types of craziness, but I can't imagine if it was unlimited rent, how high are you going to raise it? And who's going to live there? That's another problem they don't want to address is people leaving apartments, leaving the big cities, going elsewhere that they wouldn't have gone before that is more affordable. That's why you're not going to be able to remedy this situation with apartment buildings. That's why they couldn't transform the commercial real estate into apartments. I saw somebody on, on a video recently, and they were like, oh, this is why we couldn't, turn, we would never. They said we would never turn commercial real estate into apartments. Yes, but the entirety of the top of your industry said different. They tried it. They thought about it. They tried it. It didn't work. Who's going to be able to afford these? Didn't I say this last year? And they couldn't afford. Nobody can afford that. These high rent prices. No, that's why they're all living together, or they're moving to other places where rent is dramatically cheaper. And some people even move into less savory places to save money. So yeah, they're going to continue to have this problem, and it's going to continue to be dramatically detrimental to the banks. They refuse to bend the knee and do what they need to do. There's solutions to this. I'm not going to give it to them, though. It says NYCB's problems are then mostly specific to it. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's why you had a real professional company, not a magazine company like this, like Fast Company, a real professional company go in, and they said over 300 banks, over 300. It's been confirmed at least 3 different times now. 300 banks at risk. And I know that's a low ball number because a long time ago, I saw something that said 400 banks. So they can't make up their minds how many are at risk. I mean, I guess we'll see. So anyway, I just wanted to put that on your table. All right. Let's move on here. Okay. So now we have this article here, and this article is titled Top Analyst Who Nailed 2022 Bitcoin Bottom Says Bitcoin Could Surge Around 45%. I'll take it. It says a top analyst who accurately called Bitcoin's 2022 price floor says the king crypto's current cycle top may max out at $100,000. Wait, didn't I say that? Now listen, I do believe that there is a great possibility it could go past $100,000. Yeah, I do. I think there's a possibility, but my number has consistently been $100,000, right? The safe number, that's my high number. The safe range is 80,000 to 85,000. Safe range. But my high number has been $100,000. So, but it could go past that. We'll see. Nobody has a crystal ball. I definitely don't. But that's interesting that this so-called top analyst says the same thing. Great minds. They say, they think alike sometimes. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything like that. I'm just saying that if that person has a great mind, and they think like me. You see, I'm putting the stutters in. Yeah, I like that. And they think like me. Then you do the math. Anyway, In a new strategy session, pseudonymous analyst Don Alt tells his YouTube subscribers that Bitcoin may soar more than 47% from the current value to print a cycle top if there is a near-term correction. We're going to see how everything goes. If it goes nuclear after the halving, and see, that's the thing, this pullback, it's so strategic in my humble opinion. And I think the big money is looking for much higher than 100,000, but I'm play it safe. Why not? It says, quote, if we go lower, it's going to be easier to go a little bit higher. At that point, I think $80,000. What? This person, what? This is what I've been saying since the beginning of this year. I said 80,000, 85. You've been hearing me say that a lot, haven't you? Some synchronicities are creepy, folks. It's creepy. Says, I think $80,000 to $100,000 will be realistic. This is creepy. I've been saying this for months. It says, if we don't go lower and just go up, I think there's a chance like 70,000, 80,000 or 90,000 is the top instead of 80, 90, 100. And then I think it's going to be not good. He used a curse word here, profane word, not good price action for a long time. I don't know about that. Institutions are here. See, this is where we go our separate ways in thinking. Institutions are here. This is why I say even at 100,000, it's a safe number, very safe. Institutions want big money. They're not afraid of the big money. They're not afraid of the chances, and they have the actual power to pump the markets. They control the media. Don't forget that. They control the media, and the media controls the bulk of society. I've seen it. Unfortunately, it's that way. When they give the go-ahead, the green light, the regular people will jump in. Keep in mind, once again, I want to keep putting this out there. There's a ton of regular people that never got into crypto. They never got in. But they're ready. At all times, they're ready for the media to say, make money here. This is good. Get into crypto. It's safe now. No, not those dirty regular crypto exchanges. No, not the regular retail crypto people that you don't like. We told you about. No, the banks have crypto now. Yeah, the banks can make it safe for you. And when they do that, they will unleash the floodgates. And in that way, that's a variable most people are not taking into account, in my humble opinion. And so it leaves for an astronomical amount of upward trajectory to be possible. I mean, you tell me. It's just my humble thoughts. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just my humble thoughts. But we shall see. So now, let's move on here. We just have 2 more articles. We're doing pretty good, actually. So this article here, I need to exercise tonight. I do, man. I got to get exercise in, I was eating. I'm not even going to, how do the youth say? I'm not going to even hold you. I was eating good this last 2 days. I was eating real good. So I need to put in some hard work, tonight. I'm telling you. So, yeah, there's that. It's just when you get older, these thoughts everything just start popping into your mind. And you got to think of it there on the spot. You don't waste time. You don't push stuff to the back. You don't hold it back for anybody else. You just you'll be mid conversation. We made this deal with, this company. And so, did I turn off my oven? Just mid conversation. and if the people you're around, they're like the same maturity, same age as you, they'd be like, I hope you turned off your oven. When you're younger, people would be like, what are you talking about? Did you turn off your oven? I'm just giving a random example. They'd be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But where would you come up with that? We're talking about business. Now, when you get older, other people be like, hey, I hope you did turn your oven off. Hey, hop in the car. Let's go to your house. Dude, we handle business on the spot. Yeah. Anyway, so back to crypto. This article is titled, "HODL Crypto is being adopted twice as fast as the internet." Whoa. This is coming from Raoul Pal. I've been liking Raoul Pal more and more this last year. It says this: despite recent price dip in crypto, including Bitcoin, Raoul Pal, the founder of Real Vision, remains bullish. I remain bullish as well, citing accelerating adoption and strong underlying fundamentals. In a recent post on X, Powell said, though prices are dropping after strong gains, cryptocurrencies and its underlying technology are being adopted twice as fast as the internet. At this pace, the founder projected a crypto user base of over 1 billion by the end of 2025. 1 billion. Let's scroll down here. Let's read the rest. It says, though this is a mere projection, everything is a projection, everything is a guess. But some of them can be close. That's the thing. Some of them can be close. So several factors might accelerate adoption. The sphere has been evolving, improving user interfaces, rolling out solutions that boost accessibility. For instance, some more wallets exchanges enable the storage of crypto assets. Besides, regulations have been made to clarify the status of top cryptocurrencies. Which ones? Because right now, Bitcoin and XRP are the only ones that have clarity. You don't want to mention XRP, huh? You don't want the people too bullish on XRP, do you? No, you don't. In the United States, for instance, Bitcoin is recognized as a commodity. Yeah, Bitcoin. Okay. What else? It says in the United States, SEC approved several Bitcoin ETFs. What else? You don't want to mention XRP and getting clarity in court? Of course not. And they don't. Powell seems to argue that Bitcoin and crypto prices align well with existing fundamentals. This preview is a massive boost for crypto holders discouraged by recent events. Bitcoin and top coins, including Ethereum, are under immense selling pressure. Yeah, not for long. And it's strategic. It's right before the halving. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be profit taking. And on top of that, the people need money as well. It's going to be profit taking. This is nothing new to us. All right. So now we're going to end off with this article here. Another Bitcoin article. Remember, when Bitcoin goes up, everything else goes up, and it's a wonderful time across the board. So this article is titled Parabolic. See how I went high on you right there? I could have said parabolic. No, I switched it up. Yeah, I keep you off balance. I keep it interesting. It says the parabolic rally. See how I went high, and then then I hit you with the energy. Parabolic rally incoming. Just spit it out, Mick. Incoming for Bitcoin after Bitcoin completes last two phases. Okay, calm down. Tranqui. Calmate. A cryptocurrency analyst and trader says Bitcoin is in the final stages of pre-halving consolidation in preparation for the next leg up. It says the analyst, pseudonymously known as Rect Capital, tells his YouTube subscribers that Bitcoin is currently in a reaccumulation phase and will soon undergo the final pre-halving retracement phase. It says here, according to the analyst, the reaccumulation and pre-halving retracement stages are the two final phases that allow investors to load up on Bitcoin before Bitcoin witnesses a steep upside move after the halving, when miners' rewards are cut in half. Quote, these two phases are the prime opportunities for Bitcoin. These are the last two phases that offer bargain buying opportunities. Wait, let me pause there. Someone else recently said the same thing. So there's a lot of these brilliant chart analysts that are coming into one accord as far as how they feel, Bitcoin will take off. That's interesting. I don't remember who it was. We covered so many different articles as of recent. But there was someone else who says something eerily similar to this. So anyway, it says this: before we embark on a post-halving parabolic rally. So you keep that in mind also. After the halving, who knows when? I don't know when. Typically, things go off and it takes off like a rocket. And when Bitcoin starts taking off like a rocket, a lot of other things will take off like a rocket. So I keep that in mind. This is parabolic rally to new all-time highs and beyond. All right, we're going to stop there, folks. So, hey, listen, by the time this gets out, it should be evening in a lot of places. So I hope you're having a good evening. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. All right. So you're drinking your water, you're taking your vitamins, you're getting your exercise in, you're getting your peace of mind in, you're getting some love. You know what I mean? And if you don't have any love, remember Alpha Neem loves you. Okay. I hope you're doing great. And I don't have no shame in saying that. Listen, I'm happy to wake up every day. I'm grateful to wake up every day and be able to, breathe the fresh air and do some good. That's how I feel. Yeah, I'm just keeping it real with you. So, hey, if you don't have anybody tell you Alpha Neem loves you, do well, do good, be strong. And until next time, let's get to Say it with me. Yeah. Say it with me. Let's get to the money.